Hi guys, so today I have a tutorial. Hopefully it'll be kind of quick. I have a feeling it's going to take a little more time because it's a little more complicated than normal, but I'm going to use this Art Impressions Trifolds stamp set and die set because it's to make a trifold, so it does come with little dies to help you kind of make your little apertures. It's called Produce Stand. And this one has been on clearance or on sale for a little while now. And then it's part of the Americana sale that Art Impressions is having right now on their site. And it's just like, you know, stamp sets that they would relate to, you know, kind of the US kind of thing. So this is another one that they actually have on sale right now. I think it's less than, you know, I don't want to say, but I think it's less than $10 bucks. I don't quite remember. But this one's called Southwest, and I've been looking forward to using this one, but I'm going to use this one later. I just want to let you know it is on sale because this is a really cute one, and I know a lot of you guys like that one. And then I had a lot of people asking to do more of the trifolds because I do have several of them, and so I will do this one today since it's on sale, and it's still on sale. And I'm going to have any links in the description box. They would be affiliate links. That means I will make a small commission if you use those links to make purchases, and I appreciate the support. It helps the channel keep going and, you know, reviewing things like this. So I really appreciate that. And again, the description box, you open it up because I get this question a lot. Under the title is a show more. You can click on that if you're like on a PC or, you know, a large, like a computer. And if you're like on a phone or tablet and things, it might be a little caret over here, like a little arrow under where the title is, and if you click on that, it'll expand the description box and you'll have all the links there. So this one's super cute, and I've been wanting to use it for a while now, so I'm happy to use that. And then I told you guys I would use the Arteza pencils to do the coloring on these. Now normally, I don't have my example, I think I gave it away, or is this, no, hold on. This one of them? Okay, so yeah, this is one of my examples. I had it under some other things over here. The last time I did this, when I opened it up and I decided to cut it down, and I didn't really know exactly what to do with it. And so, as you can see, if you're using like alcohol ink markers, it's going to show through the back, right? If you're just doing it this way, where you're just coloring onto the white card base. So I use color pencils, I believe, in this set too. But today I'm going to use my color pencils. You can use whatever you have, watercolor, however you want to do it with the technique I'm using today, because I'm going to be stamping different paper, cutting it out, and then putting it on the card base. So whatever you want to use, that'd be great. But I did say I was going to use the color pencils, so they are here to be used. Okay, let me put this stuff to the side. So when you get your set, it'll have your stamps and it'll have your little dies, and they're super cute, super tiny little dies. Okay, so this one has this little set here, so I'm not going to use that quite yet, but it does have instructions. I think one of the other sets I had purchased did not have instructions. But this one does. So it just tells you to cut a piece of white cardstock if you're going to do it like I showed you that last one, 4.5 by 11. So I cut a piece of paper just the way they said, but black cardstock at 4.5 by 11, and they want you to score it at 3 5/8 inch. So what's interesting about that is that's basically how you make a trifold of this size. So I remember on my score pal, or your score buddy, it has an extra little line here because this is your 3 5/8 inch mark, right? So 3.5 plus another little bit. So there we have it marked out here. So this card's gonna be a little bit small because I am just making it this size, but you can make it bigger. I could have done, I guess you have to connect some pieces if you really want it to be, no, actually it would be the same, right? Ooh, I'm getting all confused now. I think if you cut it 5.5 inches wide, but 11 inches long, then it would be more kind of a standard A2 size, but I'm just doing what they said. So 4.5 by 11. And then you're going to score it at 3 5/8, right? Because that's going to make a trifold. And this could be any paper you have. I'm just doing something a little bit different from last time, like I said. And so I'm just going to fold it, and I'm not really scoring it until I get ready. So basically, you're going to have to score it like this. I mean, you can fold it different ways if you want, but this is the easiest way to do it, is just to make it a card that folds in. I'm saying you can make like a Z fold if you like that, but it doesn't really make much sense, does it? So unless you want to glue that down. But anyway, let's bring it in, and I'm just going to give it a little bone folding here. All right, and then for my panels, and I'm going to go ahead and stick them down now. I don't have to. I'm just getting the base of the card set up before we do anything else. I cut these little pieces of paper, and they are 3 3/8 by 4 1/4. And this paper comes from a stack from Hobby Lobby. Oh my goodness, let me see the name real quick. I thought I remembered it, but I don't. Measure, Mix, and Stir from Hobby Lobby. And it has the cute little strawberries, and I keep looking, they should go this way, huh? And again, if you want to distress them more, you know, do whatever you like, but I think they have enough going on. So I'm just going to do this, and on each layer, I'm going to layer them up like this. Now, I am going to use a wet glue, and I'm going to let this dry before we really mess with it. But if you want to use a tape runner, go ahead. It's just that the glue really has to be on here so that when we cut through it with our apertures, it won't lift up too much. You know what I'm saying? If I only put dry tape around here and then I cut my aperture, it's going to have like a gaping area, possibly. So I'd rather just get this stuck down for now. And that looks pretty good. Now what's funny about this is that I'm centering it to the black edge, but if you really open it, this is much smaller than this edge here. So I don't know what's up with that. You think it'd be the same if you're scoring at 3 5/8. But anyway, so we have that one. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this guy. And again, I'm kind of getting glue all over, and I'm definitely going to let this dry before we cut into it. And you can definitely cut the paper, then cut the thing. It's just going to be harder to do, so I'd rather cut through both layers at the same time when we get there. And hopefully that makes sense. I think it'll make sense once you see it at the end here. And then we're going to put this guy right there. So this one's going to have a little bit different feel from that last time. And I am going to be doing fussy cutting because, again, we're going to stamp it on white paper and then get it on here. Ooh, where are the strawberries going? They should go this way. Alright, so I'm going to let this dry for a little bit before we even move on to some other things. Okay, so I left my little card here, and it's just going to put it underneath this just to kind of flatten that out and keep it flat. Oh, I didn't turn on my other lights. Not good. Hold on. Is that better? I hope it is. Okay, so this is just a piece of Crafters Companion stamping card. Now you guys know, yes, I fall in love with Nina. I was not a snob about paper. I don't really care about that kind of thing. If it works, it works. Obviously, Recollections paper is no good for like drawing or color. Well, you might color on it, but not like markers and things like that or watercolor. But, and I'm talking about like the cheap, you know, cardstock you would pick up anywhere. Hobby Lobby does have a thicker heavyweight cardstock that's pretty good. It's okay. But, you know, you want to make sure of those. But I do like Nina a lot, but I have tons of the Crafters Companion stamping card that I want to use up. What I do like about this paper, though, is that it does take a lot of water. Like, if you're doing mixed media things on here or you want to stick some stuff on here, it does real well. So, that's just, I don't know, neither here nor there, but there we go. So, I think I'm going to be able to stamp everything I need for this card on this one piece of paper. So, I do like that their little carrier on this is like stuck together because I don't like when you have the two pieces and, you know, they slide around. I'm going to take this one, obviously. We want the main thing. These are photopolymer stamps and they smell amazing. Oh, I love the smell of a good photopolymer stamp. Now, you have that. We have like this little tiny, and he's so cute. Let me put it back on here. Open, or like just a little hanger with a little flower. Super cute. Apples, peaches, pears, cherries. That's the next sign behind this one. I'm trying to think if I want to do a little hanging. Probably not today because I'm just going to cut it out and I don't want something else extra. So I'm just going to leave it like this. But it'd be very cute to add either one of these. Or you can even put this on other stamps that you have. Other stamps. Isn't that cute? It's just like a little holder there, and then the little, or a hanger, and the little flower pot, or like the open sign. Okay, so we need that. We need our little rascal here. And we need the second panel, which would be this piece. Oh no, look at this piece of paper. What's funny, or the plastic carrier, is they just put a sticker that holds it together. I don't know if you can see that. So maybe that's something we can do with like just some packaging tape or something. Okay, I don't know that I want to stamp these all at the same time, even though they would fit on my stamper. I just wanted to make sure I had enough room for everything. And then I'm going to use, again, my color pencils. Now, I'm like, do you have to use a special ink for color pencils? I guess not, because I'm not going to use Gamsol on this. But if I was, I guess the best thing to use would be the alcohol-proof dye ink. Because Gamsol basically, I think, isn't it? Like alcohol-based or something. It's like one of those kind of chemicals. So, did I put this on here right? Yes. So I have not used this before, so I'm kind of scrubbing with my pad, and if you want to stamp off somewhere else before you do your actual stamping, that might be a good idea, just to make sure that you're gonna have everything on here, but I just rub, give it a stamp. And I have my diamond press mat just under here, so that's gonna help me with the stamp. I just wanna make sure I got it everywhere. Perfect. So if you guys remember in the last video I had done something like this, I was struggling with it. I was using Stays On, I was using my stamp positioner. I don't know, it just didn't work out. But, you know, gotta go with Old Faithful here. And then I'll probably stamp both of these guys at the same time because they're kind of small. Just putting them off to the side a little bit. And I probably should have rubbed this before I put it back. Just gonna take a towel to kind of clean that off a little bit. These, of course, you can just wash them, rinse them underwater, but I just wipe them down. And then these two little guys I'm just gonna pick up. Hopefully these will stamp at the same time. I don't know if you saw that when I was putting the ink on this one, it missed that middle section, so I really want to make sure that's all inked up. The lines on this stamp set are so delicate. So cute. Over here. Make sure this guy's done. I'm sure he's okay. And then this guy. Aww, those are adorable. So what I'm saying is what's on here is usually when I wipe it down, but okay. And I'm gonna put this out of the way, just. And then I'm gonna start coloring. Now this is kind of rubbery. I'm gonna remove this just in case it gives me a weird surface to color on. And I will just pick out some colors, and I'm not gonna be too picky about it. Like this red, I wanted this thing to be red and white, so let's try out. Actually, I can cut a lot of this away, so that's a pretty good red. I think I'm okay with that. So when this cuts out with our little dies, I wanted this to look like red and white, this little panel. So I'm just going to come in and color this strip red. Now I've only used these pencils once before, but they are very nice. Now if you are looking for shading and things, I mean, I would get a different red, maybe like a deeper color and come in, but I'm not really trying to do all that. Yeah, I don't really on this part, but you can always come back and just maybe do a little more red, like on the tip, on the edge here, so it looks a little bit darker than, you know, wherever. I'm going to skip a spot and then do another red stripe. So I'm just going to stripe it red and white across. The white is just going to be the white of the paper, okay? And then everything else, I'm just going to use my pencils to color in. So I'm going to keep this red out because that's the red I used. Let me see about these browns. There's this brown. Those aren't different enough. Let me see about that one and maybe this one. It's like a reddish brown. That's pretty. Okay, so I'm going to start with this lighter brown. It is a 202 Burnt Ochre. That's a good one. And I'm going to make the little house brown. Now you can make it whatever color you like, or if it's like painted, it's your thing, right? So I'm going to go in here with it, and you can see it's a little bit lighter than the brown that I did on the side here. And I'm going to take a little bit of the darker brown, which is kind of a red, it's garnet red, yeah, it's kind of a reddish brown. And I'm just going to go under here, like for some shadow. And I'm not the best at doing this, so, you know, do whatever you like. And then I'll bring some of that. I told you, these color pencils, ooh, the blending. And I guess it depends on when you watch this. Right now Arteza has like a 4th of July sale, which they do every couple weeks. It's a 20% off if you buy $79 or more. But if I have any other discount codes, they will be there in case you know, these aren't not even close to $79, the 72-piece color pencil set. So if I have another discount in there, I'll give that to you guys in the description box if you're interested in that. So I'll continue doing it just like that. Okay, the two browns that I have here. You know, the bushel basket, basically the same. I'll probably use the same colors of brown just to make it easy. Unless you want, you know, I switch out for something else. We have a little green watermelon here. Let me see about these greens that we have here. Now I'm doing this because I have not made a color chart yet, or a swatch. Ooh, I'll make this lighter green. I was just thinking on watermelons, the lighter color isn't this smaller or the darker? Does it really matter? I don't know. So I'm going to go in with this darker green. Leave that a little bit lighter. Come back in with that little brighter green one. And I'll do the other one pretty much the same way. Leaving a little light color there. I'll do the one back with those greens. We have apples. I mean, everything I'm just going to color in. These look like peaches maybe. Let's see about these little peaches. Huh. I'm using this yellow color. And this is all I'm taking off the top. I haven't taken the time to do anything else with my pencils. I haven't rearranged them or anything. So this is sunflower yellow right off the top. And I'm just coloring these little guys in. Maybe a little red, a little peachy color to add in there. Give them a little blush. My peaches outside that are still in my little tree that aren't ripe yet look just like that. They're kind of reddish and yellow, really cute. And then again, you can kind of blend it in. Okay, so I'll continue coloring this. My little raccoon, I'll probably just use obviously some blacks and gray, maybe some brown gray colors, I don't know. And then I'll do the same thing for this top part. Who was calling me? You know what? My husband went on a bike ride, so I gotta check my phone. Okay, when I come back, I'll have everything colored in. Okay, so unfortunately it was my husband, and he did have a flat. So anyhow, I just finished this up. I just want to show you the colors I use, especially on the little raccoon, which we used to have raccoons in Monterey, and I totally forgot what color they are. But I used this espresso brown. It's really a nice color for him. And it was kind of here with the grays. And then I used this silvery gray color called smoke gray for like the little gray band and the barrels and stuff like that. And, you know, everything else was the colors that we kind of already talked about. So I just basically use the same colors over and over and over to make it easy. So I'm going to clear this up and then we will start cutting. So I still have people here and I haven't really told anybody that I'm working on this card. So hopefully you don't get too many background noises here. But we're going to take our little die. And it's attached by the smallest little piece of metal here. These two are. So I'm going to take this one. And to be honest, if I had wire cutters, I'd rather do that because now I have this little piece of metal here and this one here, but that's okay. Just bend that back. Okay. So you're going to take your little pieces. And if this was on your card, you would do the same thing, but I'll have links to my last video where you can see how you would do this one piece to the next piece. But for right now, we're just going to pop these guys out. So I'm just going to put this here. Really don't want too much tape. I'm kind of pushing it in the middle there. And then this one's interesting because it has like a little dash, so that's where it's going to bend. But this other side that has a line plus dash, that's where you want that part facing down this way. Okay. And that's kind of interesting because how much do I want to cut from this? Probably down here, I guess. I'm going to line it up so it's a little bit lower because that's basically where it's going to bend. So I'm going to bring it down right along the edge here. And that's that. And these are small enough that I can run through my marquee, so it's probably what I'll do. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and give them a cut then, just in case. I'm just going to cut this one rough here. And just pop it through the marquee and both of them, and I'll be right back. So this one should have popped out the whole aperture. See, it just came out the whole thing. And I'm just going to remove that because I'm still going to use this piece on my card. And there's the little aperture there. And then this one shouldn't have cut all the way through, but it should make it so that it's like a little 3D functioning awning. But let me get this out of here. Boop, boop, boop. Careful. Okay, sorry. There we go. My husband came in. So look how cute. Oh my gosh. It opens up right here and then it has another little score mark there. How adorable is that? Oh my gosh. Okay, but what I'm going to do is, since we are cutting these things, I'm going to fussy cut all of these items. I know, fussy cut. But so yeah, I'm just going to go around and just leave a little bit of white space around each of these things. So I'm going to cut this guy out. Again, my tip is always to apply pressure with your scissors, but use your other hand to move the paper so you have a nicer cut. And so I'll do that to all of it. And these guys and this little guy. So when I come back, everything will be cut out. I fussy cut these guys, and this guy, I think I'm just going to use my little, I don't know, is this maybe a 1.5 inch paper punch? I don't know. And I'm just going to eyeball him, and I'm going to punch the whole thing out, hopefully. I haven't used this thing in a long time. Good. Okay. Sometimes when you have thick papers, they don't want to work. And we'll see. I might end up fussy cutting him if it doesn't look right. So we have those guys. We have all this. I'll move this out of the way because I see it's making my camera act funny. And I want to see something. I suppose if you wanted to, all of this stuff could go through your marquee. But I want to cut it pretty much at, well, we'll see. Okay. So what we need to do is see where we're going to put our little items. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. I just don't know if I'm going to put it like in the middle. Put it down here somewhere. And so I'm just going to take a pencil and have kind of an idea of where I'm putting this, but it doesn't have to be perfect because I'm just going to do whatever I feel like. But I'm going to kind of color this in right here. Okay, sorry, my son came down from upstairs. So all I did was just use my pencil to kind of line this out. And then I'm just going to take my little guy. And so this one doesn't matter if you have it up or down because we're just going to cut this thing out because we don't need this there. But I do want to use, obviously, the aperture that I made. And I'm going to run this through and just cut it out. And I'm going to put it through my Press just because I don't want to squish the side just in case, but if you are using a marquee, it will go through. So I'm just putting this here, gonna put that there, run that through right quick. And then we're gonna eyeball this one, see where that needs to be. So that part is still kind of similar to the original, how you would normally do these guys. That really stuck down for some reason. That's odd. Okay. So I'm gonna take this off carefully. I guess it doesn't matter. I think my little guy would cover that up. This really stuck down. My goodness. Again, I forgot to tap off my tape just so it'd be less tacky. I'll just use this piece again. And this whole thing, we're just gonna get rid of it. Unless you want it to support this one, you know what I'm saying? It'll give a little extra support. Maybe I'll do that because that way this will be a little sturdier. But if you're gonna do that, then it does matter which way you put your little die, right? But like if you want to put that under here just to give a little sturdiness, I think we'll do that. Yes, I will. Okay, so I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna leave it there. And then from here, you're gonna put this guy back, and we're looking through here, right? So as you're looking through it, I'm just gonna put this back so you can imagine. You want to see this behind here, right? So where do you want that little hole? And for me, I kind of want to be able to see the little veggies there and stuff. You see the little vegetables, or the little fruits, I guess, more than vegetables. I'll move this over just a little bit when I actually do this. So I do want it moved over just a hair, and I'm going to take this guy. Actually, we'll just draw it first. So that's where my lines are, and that's where I want to put this. And then I'm going to pop this through and cut that out. Just trying to see something. Okay. There. And I'm just going to run this through. And we're almost done, guys. I did the little sentiment. I was thinking about, I was just gonna maybe stamp it on something else and cut it out by hand or something. I don't know, we'll see. It says you're one in a melon, but you can put any sentiment you like. Let me make sure this doesn't fall and turn this off. And this one again should pop out completely, and it did, so that's good. All right, let's put this back together. So I'm gonna start with the inner guy. Let's see. Oh my goodness, so cute. So you can see his little face, and that's kind of where I would want that. So I'm just gonna make sure it's centered and cute. And yeesh. Oh, you know what? Maybe I should make a little mark just so I kind of have an idea. I'm just gonna stick this down with this tape. And my head's gonna be in the way, sorry guys. Trying to see where this is, and that he's nice and straight. Out there. Oh my goodness. Adorable. Okay, I'm gonna stick him down. And this one I'm gonna use a wet glue, and I'll just use the tacky glue because it grabs on faster. This is much cuter than that last card I made. I just didn't know how to work it. I was like, I don't know, and I think this is cute with the pattern paper and everything. It does take a couple more steps because you got to do this a couple times, right? So I'm gonna put this here. So cute. And the pencils I did, like I said, use the same colors over and over, but I mean, if you want to use, obviously there's tons of pencils in there, but I wanted to show you how I kind of, sometimes I left it a little more toothy, sometimes I left it a little bit lighter in the middle here, so it looks like there's light shining on there. Like these little apples, I did them a little darker on the edges, lighter in the middle. You know, I mean, there's lots of different techniques you can do. So let me keep that there. And then this guy, I am going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use the wet glue, dry glue on this part because I want this to stick immediately and not give me a lot of trouble, right? And then this part can be wet. And let me just make sure that's not going to squeeze out everywhere. Oh, I didn't get any on this side here. We need some there, definitely. All right. And so this, what I'm going to do is open this up a little bit. Line it up first. Line that up and then attach these. All right, because I used the quick dry tape on that. Okay, I'm going to let this sit for a minute. And when it's all nice dry, I'll come right back. I was waiting for that to dry. I put all my stamps back, put everything away. Just move some of these things off of here. My goodness, you guys, that is adorable. I do like having that extra sturdiness on this, but you don't have to do that. I mean, you can leave it completely closed, obviously, when you send it out. But look at that, so cute. You can see the little fruits there, and then you open it up, and you have your little thing and your little guy. Adorable. So again, we have that stamp that says "You're one in a melon," and maybe I'll just stamp it and cut it out with a banner die, or just cut it out on a strip and just put it here, or wherever you'd like to put it. But that is it. So for right now, what I'm going to do is use some of my Nouveau drops. Again, I got this on super sale on Tonic's website. And I think I'm just going to take some. I never really check it first, but let me, just to make sure that we're good to go. All right. And I'm just going to put some drops here, maybe in this bottom corner, maybe just the top corner. I don't know. Where am I going to put these? I put them here and I put them here. I always like to put them in just opposite corners, so I think that's probably what I'll do. Just a drop here. Let go. And I always like to put them in like 3, so I'm going to let that dry before I go on this other corner, because this card, the way it opens up, it wants to move a lot, so I'm going to keep this flat. I'll have some pictures for you guys. I have the links, and this happens to be the color Woodland Green gloss. It's cute. Okay, thanks for watching, guys, and if you have any questions, leave them here, and otherwise I will see you all at the next one. Bye now.